There we go. Transition. Do I have it open? I should. Yep. All right. And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Apostate Weekly. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and a new year, and we are back at our apostasy. How you doing today, Ryan?
I am doing really good. We've had some interesting things happen over this holiday. I can't wait to talk about what's going on with you. Great.
Yeah, and quite a bit is happening in the news as well, and that's what we're here for, is to show the news every week, right?
That's right.
And with that, let's roll our intro. All right.
I feel like there's like some like skeleton dancing around with some like sneaky bones. Like,
Did you leave a skeleton in the closet again?
well, I think we're going to bring out some skeletons in the closet today because I think the Jehovah's Witnesses are trying to hide. They're trying to hide
Oh,
some stuff. Maybe
oh
it's not
yeah.
bodies, but they're trying to bring bodies out of the closet to count numbers.
Yes, they are.
It's like the
And
opposite.
and for those of you who don't know, um, last night Ryan and I were on the Apostate Coalition channel, and we were talking about the numbers of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they just released their numbers for the 2022 service year, and their numbers are not looking very good at the moment.
Right. Yeah, just in case anybody is interested in looking at the annual report for the Jehovah's Witnesses, this is where they report all of their different numbers, the hours of field service, baptize, people who attended the memorial, etc. If you want to see the numbers, if you want to do the research yourself, all you need to do is Google search jw.org, leave a space, don't hit enter because it will take you to their webpage, and then just put the year and then annual report or grand totals, and it will take you right to the JW page of those grand totals. So you can take a look
Yes.
for the numbers yourself if you'd like to after this.
Yes, and I tell people to do that all the time too, because I don't want you to just take my word for it that I'm telling you the right information. Because if you see it for yourself, you'll know, hey, yes, first of all, yes, I am trying to tell you the right information, but second of all, I'm also not trying to hide anything from you either. So please
Right.
make sure you research it yourself.
Yes,
And
please. You don't have to take our word for it. Test me. I'm not the Jehovah's Witness organization. I don't mind if you question me.
yes, test and see that Ryan is good.
Don't taste and see, test and see.
Test. I didn't say taste. I said test.
But we're going to test and see how these numbers have dwindled down. They're very skinny. These
Yes.
numbers are looking very meek. Somebody needs to feed these numbers some spiritual food so they can grow because they're dwindling pretty bad. Do you want to hear the numbers, James?
Yes, I do want to hear the numbers.
Okay, so here is like what I will tell you that's the important numbers, at least to me. So the number of branches is 86. Now that number has gone down because they've closed in Russia. Also, there's been some merges in branches, so that we kind of knew was going to go down. And this is something that I thought was interesting. The total number of lands reporting is 239. But Michelle gave me a little tidbit. She was like, why don't they report that in countries? Because they're trying to make it seem as though they're in more places when some of these lands are just part of another country. So you're not anywhere different. You're trying to make it seem as if you're you have more places that you occupy. Okay, so 239 lands. There's 117,000 plus congregations. For the memorial, they had over 19 million in attendance. Here's the key. They had 21,000 partakers in the memorial. So that means that people drank the wine, ate the sacrament, whatever you want to call it, and believe that they're part of the anointed, 144,000, and will be resurrected. And I
And
thought these numbers were ramping down, but they're actually ramping up.
let me jump in on that
Please do.
number of anointed ones, because for me that's huge. Because I remember growing up, we used to use the anointed as a countdown timer, so to speak, to Armageddon.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that number was dwindling down. I think in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was down to like 6 or 8,000, somewhere in that area. And then after they made that change in 2006 about the anointed and how the numbers could go up or whatever, it seems like every year that number has steadily gone up and up and up. Because I looked at the 2021 grand totals for the anointed, and that was in like 20,000. Now this year it's 21,000. I wouldn't be surprised next year if it was 22,000. So it just keeps going up, and
Right.
really
So
makes no
what's
sense.
happening? Yeah, because
Yeah.
we again, like we were told when we were younger that I guess this is when they had the normal generations, that as the number dwindled, this was a sign that this system was wrapping up. It's how we knew. I remember people pointing to me and saying, "Look at that lady who's drinking the wine. Like when she dies, like the world's coming to an end. The world, the end is near." So back in 2019, the amount of partakers they had worldwide was 20,000. So now in 22, it's 21,000. So it's gone up by approximately 1,000-ish people who somehow think that they're anointed by God. The Holy Spirit is upon them. Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so, I'm confused about it, but
Well, and this was a point I brought out in the video last night on the Apostate Coalition channel, is in the Bible when it talks about the 144,000. If you keep reading through that chapter, it talks about how it has 12,000 from this tribe of Judah and 12,000 from this tribe of Judah, until it goes list all 12 tribes of Judah. Now, I'm no mathematician, but 12 times 12 is 144. And if it's 12,000, that means all 144,000, that number was already completed back then in the biblical times when that was written.
exactly. That's what it, I mean, really, that's what that all is about is the people coming back together to just worship the one true God, right? That was kind of like the what is supposed to happen. Everybody's supposed to come back together and realize like they've been
Right.
worshiping the false idols of this world. And here we are, like babes. When you going to give up that dream? There's not ever going to be a point where every person worships one God. It is impossible. It is a
Right.
pipe dream that cannot be accomplished. There is no way that you can tell everybody about your particular God, and nobody cares. So just stop.
Exactly. Exactly.
But here's another interesting piece of information that my friends gave me last night on that video that we did. The amount of hours it takes for Jehovah's Witnesses to preach, to bring in somebody who gets baptized, is over 10,000 hours. So you would have to put in 10,000 hours to possibly get one convert.
And you think about that in realistic terms. Say it was a job, okay, and that you
You're
got
not
paid
getting
for,
paid.
okay, and your production, it takes you over 10,000 hours to of production to produce one product.
Right.
Think about it like that. And if it was in a profit margins spreadsheet, they'd be losing. And really, they are losing by the numbers. They're just fudging them in ways that it makes it look like they're winning. It's like I said last night, they're going backwards to make it look
Yeah.
like they're going forward, and and, and that's
It's
really what they're
optical
doing.
illusion.
It is, because if you think about it, they're taking all these congregations and they're consolidating them, and so more people are attending the meetings than ever before. Yes, that's great. However, it's all the same freaking people that are just being put together and made to move into, larger groups of the same people.
It's a shuffle. They're
Yeah.
shuffling to make the numbers. And here's the thing, they're also changing the stats and the definitions as to what they're reporting. I don't know if your father remembers, but I'm pretty sure that when they used to report the numbers, it was like baptized people. And now they don't report the number of baptized people, they only report like the amount of publishers. And I believe that's because they're having so many people leave. The number is not increasing, it's actually going down. I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody can corroborate that. And I'm going to try to look back in the numbers as far back as it will let me go on the website and see if any of the verbiage changes. But yeah,
And
this is all an attempt to make it seem as though they're going forwards when, as it, like you said, they're going backwards.
and maybe my dad can corroborate this for me too, because I said this, and I'm hoping I was right on the video last night. They also used to show the numbers of those who left every year, either like by
Yeah.
disfellowshipping or whatever. They didn't say like whether they were disfellowshipped or not, but they would show that correlation. So you'd have like 150,000 people worldwide who would, leave for one reason or the other. But then we had like 250,000 people that came in, so you had some contrast of incoming and outgoing numbers.
Right.
Oh
I,
wow. My dad just commented that 10,000 hours equates to 4.8 years.
you know what, Dad, do you want to do any math for us? If we earned an average of $15 per hour, I'm sure that's probably easy math that I should be able to
Well,
do. But if
let,
that
let
was
me
a
ask my mom
job,
that one. She's watching too.
oh, is she?
She's
Hi,
better at the
Mom.
math.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, if like I'm terrible at math, but just an average, if you figure like this is income that I could be earning for my family, but instead that income is being earned for the governing body, and they're just going to make up whatever number. So it's arbitrary.
Oh,
I don't believe their numbers.
oh
I can't
yeah.
trust them.
If you
So
if you took, I can do the math real quick here. 15 and let times. I'm going to say 10,000 for the to convert one publisher, right?
yeah, might
To,
as well.
that means over those 4.8 years to do it, they owe you $150,000.
No, seriously, bro.
That's I just did it right there.
I want to
$150,000
cry.
for one person to bring in.
Can you imagine all the money we would have earned as children, as teenagers, doing this work
Yeah.
if we actually had gotten paid? Wow.
Now,
Over $100,000. Damn.
now, did you see that video from Blue Envelope?
No, but I'm gonna watch that today because it was recommended last night. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it,
watch
it was
that
it was
today.
an excellent video. Because he went into the numbers and like how they used to really calculate it more. I don't know how they do it nowadays, but back in the day, the business model they had for pioneers and the hours they needed to put in and et cetera to have their growth models meet their goals and everything.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well,
Anyways,
yeah,
I'm
I'll take
sorry.
a look at that. No, I'll take a look at that today, and maybe I'll have some more information I can bring to you next week about it.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's continue on to our next big news item.
Juicy,
Ugh,
juicy,
juicy is right.
juicy, juicy news.
Serena Williams, the famous tennis player, got baptized at the West Palm Beach Assembly Hall over the weekend. Now, interesting uh, side note here. That's where my mom got baptized too.
Oh, really?
They called it the leaky tiki back then, and the reason why is because it had a leaky roof.
Oh, geez, oh grief. Like, come on, you can't even fix the roof. Like, don't you have people who work construction for Jehovah's Witnesses? They can't help you out and fix a leaky roof.
You need
Oi.
something, Sadie? Okay, hang on one sec. I got to give my daughter her sketchbook.
No, that's okay. You know what? I'll just kind of talk a little bit more about Serena Williams. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe that this is going to bring people into the religion.
Okay.
I don't believe that at all. There could be some wild fans who are like, oh, she's a Jehovah's Witness. I want to be a Jehovah. Maybe. But I feel as if the whole PR around this is to shed good PR on the Jehovah's Witnesses because right now they're going through such bad PR. And I kind of feel as if Serena kind of got caught into it. That's how I feel. I feel like she's kind of being used by the organization to detract from what's happening in the news cycle.
She is the new celebrity face, like Scientology has their celebrity faces, and
Right.
that's how
Tom
I really
Cruise.
see it as. Because, and I mean, it really is a good business model. Um, did you see oh, Truth Wanted show Friday by chance?
I did not
He
know.
had oh, what's that lady's name? I think her name's Nikki or Nicole or something. She's on Twitter. I follow her on Twitter.
Okay.
She's a black lady. She's an atheist. It's called Beat the Cult is her username.
Okay, I actually might know. Yeah, I actually know who you're talking about on
Oh,
Twitter. Okay.
okay. She was on Truth Wanted show with Dan on Friday.
I'll have to watch that because I like her. Okay.
And she was saying how, like, in the black communities and everything, that if they have a celebrity endorsing like a religion or a product or whatever, that those products generally do better or services do better when they have a celebrity, especially in the black community, according to the
Yeah.
research that she's been doing. And it really is a good business model. You get somebody famous, hey, I like this product or I like this religion, you should be part of it too. And you know, it's a good PR move for Watchtower to have somebody like her.
Honestly, that is exactly my fear is that people see it as good reputation. Like, oh, well, if Serena, I mean, we love Serena. She's a good person. She's a great athlete. She's a hard worker. She's like a really good somebody to look up to, right? I think and a very inspiring person. Like, she's a freaking badass.
Hmm.
So, just like you said with Tom Cruise, Scientology, it looks better for people. And there's so many people who love Tom Cruise and don't care that how harmful Scientology is. And there will be the same amount of people who don't care how harmful the Jehovah's Witness organization because it just looks good because if Serena chose it, it's good in the media.
Yeah, exactly. But I you think about it though, like with her being in that kind of position, it's also a big risk for Watchtower as well.
Oof.
Because think about it, if she ever woke up,
Please, Jesus, please wake up. Please, Jesus, Serena, Serena, I'm sending it to the universe. Wake up. Okay, there.
exactly, she could become, not, I don't think she would, but she could become the next Leah Remini for the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hey, baby, don't doubt it. Honestly, do not doubt what could happen in this situation. I wonder if she really truly knows what she's got herself into. I wonder how often she's actually going to the meetings, right? Because what she had before could have been more just like Bible studies and people trying to help her out because of her celebrity, going to her, catering to her. What's going to happen now that
Uh,
she has to actually deal with this stuff on a like regular basis?
Honestly, how many people who convert to the religion really truly know what they're getting into?
Right. But
Because,
she's so intelligent. Ugh. How'd she do this?
well, that's just the thing, though. Did you ever read Stephen Hessen's book, Combating Cult Mind Control?
No, you know what? I need to. I need to. I'm lighting incense. I'm sending it out into the universe for Serena to become the biggest anti-Jehovah's. The next Leah Remini. You heard it here first.
Praise Jeebus!
Praise Jeebus, universe. Thank you.
But in his book about it, he was saying how smart people are more susceptible actually to being lured into cults because of a couple
Oh, is that
reasons.
what happened to me?
Were you born into it?
No, no, I chose it because I'm smart. God damn
Yeah,
it.
just because I'm smart. The world will know the truth.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
but anyways, because usually what cults do is they give you a sense of a higher purpose and knowing an inside knowledge that nobody else knows and things like that. And so it's easy to dupe smart people into it because of those reasons. And, you know, I could see that being the case for Serena as well, because, hey, I've got this higher purpose now and I know something everybody else doesn't know. And now, hey, I'm
Yeah.
a celebrity, so the message will get out even easier. People will listen to me better.
Right. Yeah, she'll have it easier. I mean, just like with any MLM, she's going to have an easier time if she chooses to get recruits. She'll have an easier go with it because of her celebrity. Not saying that she would use her celebrity on purpose like that, but it probably will be easier for her. But I cannot imagine her going door to door. Like, is she being held to the same standards?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
honestly, I'd prefer every Jehovah's Witness have an easier life if I could make that happen. But
And then think about this. Even let's say I don't know how long she's believed in the religion or not, but I know it's been at least since 2012. I mean, yeah, 2012. And let's say it goes back even further than that, right? Because and before her tennis career and all that, she left, went and had her career, made all her money, got her fame and everything, and now she came back into the religion, set for life. Whereas your average JW growing up in this religion is told, don't go to college, don't pursue your sports career, don't pursue music,
right,
don't do this, only go out in service, pioneer, which also in the news, pioneering hours have been dropped to 50 hours now. And all that. And we're left destitute and broke by the time we're in our 20s.
right. No, I agree 100%. It's a very good point. Yeah, I wonder how this is going to play out. But I do think, like you said, it is influential to certain people, and I do believe that they are specifically going after people of color. We've all taken notice to Robert Hendricks' tricks when he does his little news shows on YouTube. If you just Google Robert Hendricks, you'll see all these little news channels that they've paid for these softball interviews,
Yep.
and a lot of them are on black channels with people of color.
Hmm.
And I think they are particularly going after a marginalized community because they feel like they'll be easier to convert. And I
And
think Serena's just going to help with that.
and think of how predatorial those tactics really are.
It's absolutely deplorable because people who already have been like handed the worst of shit, and now
Hmm.
you're just going to try to sweep in and pretend to be like the charming dude coming into the relationship, the white knight, and really you're just bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, anyways, that is all we have time for today. Thank you for joining us this week in our episode of Apostate Weekly. Please join us next week at 8 o'clock on the same bat time and same bat channel with the same batty people.
That's right. The perfect channel that never has issues. Please come join us.
Yes, even we were so on time today, weren't we?
Oh yeah, 10 minutes late. No big deal.
That's
Hey,
okay.
we'll just cook the numbers. Nobody has to know. We can just tell
Hey,
people we were here on time like the Jehovah's Witnesses and nobody's going to know the difference.
exactly. And because we can just take a page from the Jehovah Witness book and see how they do it, and we can copy that.
Exactly. See?
Copy,
We don't got to
paste.
reinvent the wheel.
There we go.
Copy pasta.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us again. Please like and subscribe if you can. And also, I'm going to shout out to Apostate Coalition channel this week as our promotion because, we kind of put them in a few times, and you can get over there and check their content out and like and subscribe to their channel as well.
Yep. And if you ever have any information that you want us to cover, a news story or something like that, you can always leave it in the comments. You can email me at piousplacebo@gmail. I suck at checking my email. I haven't checked it in a week. I apologize, but
Oh,
eventually I do.
thanks for mentioning that. I actually have an email for this channel as well. It's
Oh,
apostate. It's
awesome.
apostate
Even better.
weekly. Apostateweekly@gmail.com. It's easy to remember.
I don't think I can remember that.
Well, if you just go and subscribe to the channel, you just might be able to.
Oh, wow. It's that simple,
It's that
James.
simple. It's even in the description.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. If you start paying for a membership right now,
You can watch us make fools of ourselves for hours on end.
Well, maybe 20, 30 minutes a week.
Okay, 20, 30 minutes on end.
But if you add that up over time, it'll be hours on end.
Now, it might not be $150,000, sorry, but it's pretty good.
Or 10,000 hours. So,
Yeah, either way,
yeah,
it's all the
either
same,
way.
right? It
Yeah,
comes out in the wash.
exactly. Potato, potato.
You say potato, I say French fry. Thank you, everybody. We
Yes.
appreciate you being here, and we're
Thank
going to be
you.
bringing you the news every week. You stick around.
And have a lovely week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.